But whatever. We'll decide that when the time is relevant. Up until then, yo, we got the blanket squat.
Yeah, it's blanket squat.
Yo, pull out your blankets. Let's get cozy.
Should I get a blanket?
Yes.
Cozy time on the
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes, Colin, where's your blanket?
Uh,
Wow. I only forget my book. Colin forgets his blanket.
Your book
Real.
on the computer. Oh my gosh, you got a blanket.
You got a blanket? Where is he? Oh yes. Yo, Darian, are you in Colin's room? Oh, never mind. Just the way like your room was set up for a second, I was like, oh shit.
Basically, Colin and I have the same room.
Did you just like move into Colin's room because Colin's in the basement now?
Colin got a job now.
Yo, what job?
it's a seafood restaurant, oyster bar.
Oh, I heard you said secret restaurant. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's a secret, Murat. You don't get to know.
Are y'all
Is it
bougie?
McCormick's?
McCormick's? Wait, I know that name.
Chicks or something like that.
McCormick and Schmidt, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, Murat's right. It's McDonald's.
McDonald's.
You know, the classic McDonald's seafood that everybody trusts.
If McDonald's put out clams, would you not eat it?
No,
Raise
I
of
would
hands.
not eat it. That's
Raise
just
of hands.
No.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, I declare myself an enemy of the podcast.
Let's get going because we're actually going to do 2 books today, not just
wow.
one. I know.
I'm so excited I'll be like awake for this.
The energy levels have switched.
Yep.
Oh god.
It's like 2 books. Oh,
I know. I might fall asleep near the end, but very true.
So, we all leave. Christina's just there on the Zoom call. Then she has to edit 7 hours of her sleeping.
I mean, it'd be pretty easy.
A 7-hour blooper.
7-hour blooper. What did I miss last week?
Oh,
I didn't get a chance to watch it. Sorry.
so last week was
The wall?
the Trojans storm the rampart, right? Book 12?
Yeah. There's this big ass wall. For some reason.
I'm already into it.
The Argives built a wall around the ships. So, like, the Trojans have a wall, so the Argives built their own wall.
Right. Everyone was like, tear down the wall. And then I have this image of one person, I don't know who it was, they're a big dude, just going like this, clawing at the wall with his bare hands.
Ajax.
No, because Ajax is inside the wall.
Ajax? Oh, he's on the other side of the wall? Well, he can still climb it.
It was like a new person or a less known person.
He's like not important. I don't remember who it was.
And then Hector just like did stuff. Now he's on the other side of the wall.
He picked up a
Walked down
rock
that
that
wall.
was so heavy. Not 2 men today.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't Zeus picking up the rock for him?
Oh yes, Zeus was helping him pick it up.
Wait, so Zeus just took time out of his schedule. He's like, I'm gonna let this guy lift this rock.
Yeah.
For what? What did he do with the rock?
Threw it. Well, he used the rock to take down the wall. So he threw it at the wall, and they all like burst through the wall. And now they're like literally in the Argive camp.
That's kind of fresh.
Yeah.
That's kind of fresh. I'm kind of with that. Okay, never mind. That's a good rock.
So, book 13, we're skipping quite a bit. The main character of book 13 is Idomeneus, who is not important.
Okay.
Who is that?
Never heard of him.
Yeah. He's been like around. He's been like he's just been around, but he's not important.
Who cares about him?
Basically, we're going to go through the highlights, and then we're going to get right to book 14, which is more interesting, called Hera Outflanks Zeus.
Oh.
Stuff going on.
Get flanked.
Well, get flanked.
Isn't that like most of like Greek mythology?
Flanking.
Getting flanked?
Getting flanked. I mean,
Flanking and getting flanked in return, yes.
Right? Like Zeus pulls some, dumb shit, and then Hera just basically ruins everyone's lives over it. And then eventually gets back at Zeus in some way, I guess. I guess she doesn't really do shit. Alright. I do it.
Yeah. So we will start at the beginning of book 13 because there's an important callback to the first chapter of the story. But once Zeus had driven Hector and Hector's Trojans hard against the ships, he left both armies there. Just left, milling among the hulls to bear the brunt and wrenching work of war, no end in sight. While Zeus himself, his shining eyes turned north, gazed a world away to the land of Thracian horsemen, Mysian fighters hand to hand, and the lordly Hippomolgi, who drank the milk of mares, and the Albi, most decent men alive. But not a moment more would he turn his shining eyes to Troy. Zeus never dreamed in his heart a single deathless god would go to war for Troy or Achaea's forces now. So, he got Hector inside the gate, and then he was like, my job is done. And that is because if we go back to page 91, if you can believe we've read almost 300 pages of this book already.
I mean, you read.
Twice I read. But on page 91, Achilles asked his mom to go talk to Zeus, and he asked her to say this. He said, now go sit beside him, grasp his knees, persuade him somehow to help the Trojan cause, to pin the Achaeans back against their ships, trap them round the bay and mow them down, so all can reap the benefits of their king. So even mighty Atrides can see how mad he was to disgrace Achilles, the best of the Achaeans. So Thetis, Achilles' mom, went and did that. So she went down to Zeus, or up to Zeus, and was like, hey, can you please can you please get the Trojans fighting all the way to the ships? And Zeus was like, sure. And then he did that, and now they're there. So Zeus's job is done. He can stop interfering. Will he? No. But
It was done already.
that part is done. So that's great. Now Zeus is taking a break. He's just like, cool, and now I can focus on other things beyond this dumb war. But Poseidon, who's been pretty much irrelevant up until this point, is like, I'm going to get involved.
I like that.
Classic.
Yeah. And he is the god of earthquakes also, as well as the
Poseidon's a G.
mighty god of earthquakes was not blind. He kept his watch enthralled by the rush of battle, aloft the summit of the timbered Samos facing Thrace. From there the entire Ida ridge swung clear in view, the city of Priam clear and the warships of Achaea. Climbing out of the breakers, there Poseidon sat and pitied the Argives beaten down by Trojan troops, and his churning outrage rose against the father. He's very mad at Zeus for being awful. So Poseidon kind of runs down to the Greeks and he's inspiring them. He's like, you have to go, fight hard, don't give up, don't give up. And the Greeks are like, okay.
Oh yeah. So no real help.
About giving up a lot.
Yeah.
That's facts, actually. Like every second chapter, they're like, "Yeah, you know what? Let's just go home." It's like, no.
Yeah. We're still fighting this war.
Yeah.
They just repeat. They're like, they took down our wall, and now things are hopeless. But we gotta keep fighting. Ah.
Oh my
If
God.
only we had Achilles. Whose fault is it? I don't know.
No one knows. What a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
He's not here. Oh, gee, go.
So Hector's like, I'll kill you.
What?
I'll kill you.
Hector fights against Poseidon's grandson, which is not a very good thing.
Wow.
And Poseidon gets super mad when he gets killed and is even more so like, kill them. That goes on for a bit.
I like this like zero enthusiasm version of the story.
This chapter is
really
really skippable. It like
I like that. We can skip it.
this book could be like this long, but it's not.
Yo, I gotta say, I definitely get that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you know that the overly sarcastic Productions version, I watched the Iliad version of that.
Yeah.
And like her version could just be like 50 pages.
Hmm.
This book is 500 and there isn't much more information that's like relevant to anything.
This is why this one's so skippable. The only main character that shows up in this chapter, besides I guess Poseidon, is Menelaus, and he's only there for like a paragraph. So
Like,
it's
yo,
like,
what's up? It's like the cameo.
yeah.
This chapter's boring. Just put some Menelaus in there. It's like these kind of old texts are very, very long.
Like, what else were they gonna be doing?
I said,
Yeah.
it's like almost unresourceful to write something this long with barely any good details.
I mean, think of it more like a soap opera than a movie.
This is a telenovela.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is hot.
Wow. Okay.
Dude,
That
why
changes
is that
the
not
whole
a thing?
perspective.
Yeah.
Why is that not a thing? This is the best telenovela.
Yeah. It's
Oh my god.
It's that. I mean, the drama, like the fact that nothing really happens, but like a lot happens.
Yeah, and like you will read the next chapter because they built nothing. They explained nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every episode ends on a cliffhanger, and that's the
Yeah.
only direction that the plot moved at all during the entire episode was the cliffhanger.
Exactly. They took 2 steps and then talked about it for 3 hours, and then like something exploded.
Yeah. I mean, like usually my pages are very highlighted, but this is like it.
It's like, oh, I guess I'll highlight this shit. Maybe that's important.
Adamenius is there.
Emilio.
Aeneas is
Yup.
Really?
Paris is there, but he's not important. Oh, big
Yeah,
important news. The biggest important news. Our friend Thune.
Damn.
We'll read what happens with Thune.
Oh, Stoon and Coon.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude. Oh, the abominable Thune and Coon.
Next, Antilochus, watching Thune veer for a quick escape, sprang and stabbed him, slashing away the whole vein that runs the length of the back to reach the neck. He severed it, sheared it clear, and the man went sprawling, back flat in the dust and stretching out both hands to his friends and arms. Antilochus closed to tear the gear from his shoulders, glancing left and right as Trojans massed around him. So Thune is dead.
Well,
Wow.
Poor
that was
Thune.
quick.
I guess now it's just Kun.
Menelaus gets shot by a brother of Paris and Hector named Helenus. And just like what happens very often, he gets shot right in the chest and it goes through his, breastplate, through his clothes, grazes his skin, but don't worry, he didn't go into his body.
At this point, there's no real suspense, is there?
There's a lot of fake outs, I will say.
Right?
Yeah.
Can someone die already?
Dude just died.
Dude just died. Never died.
We do get a great line from Menelaus. He says, you Trojans, you will never, quench your thirst for blood. One can achieve his fill of all good things, even of sleep, even of making love, rapturous song, and the beat and sway of dancing. A man will yearn for his fill of all these joys before his fill of war, but not these Trojans. No one can glut their lust for battle.
Shit.
Shit.
Wow.
Intense, dude.
So they think that Achilles might want to join the war again soon. Like he can't handle sitting out for this long, and also they're gonna reach his boat before long, and so he won't really have a choice. So
Why is he sitting out again?
Achilles got mad at Agamemnon because Agamemnon took his girlfriend.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then Agamemnon was like, you can have her back. I never even slept with her. And then he was like, it's the principle of the thing. And he's still mad.
He's just he's pouting.
Yeah, he's pouting.
Uh,
Oh, Achilles. Oh, okay. This is where it we can actually start reading. So page 366, 2 pages before the end of this chapter.
Quality chapter, however.
Yeah. We get a hating on Paris moment.
Oh,
Love that.
quality chapter, however.
I can't wait.
It
Yeah.
could have been the whole chapter just that moment.
Right.
This is the build-up.
So the top of 366, Hector is like, we need to retreat a little bit, we're getting killed. So he looks around, some captains are dead, some captains are retreated already. But guess what captain is not dead or retreating and is just still fruitlessly throwing his troops at the Argives? Obviously, idiot Paris.
Stupid.
Royal Paris, fair-haired Helen's consort, was rousing comrades, driving them back to battle. Once he gained his side, Hector raked his brother with insults, stinging taunts.
Paris. Appalling Paris, our prince of beauty, mad for women. You lure them all to ruin. Where's Deepibus? Where's Deepibus? Deepibus. Helenus, rugged warlord. Adamus, his son, and Asius of yeah. Hirtacus. Where's Orthenionus? Orthrioneus? Tell me. Now all towering Troy is ruined, top to bottom. Now one thing's certain. Your own headlong death. Jesus, man. I can't read English anymore.
And Paris, magnificent as a god, replied.
Hector.
Hector, bent on pelting a man without a fault. At other times, I might have shrunk from the fighting, true, but not today. Mother bore me, even me, not to be a coward through and through. Think. Since you fired our comrades' fury against the ships, from that hour we've held our ground right here, taking the Argives on and non-stop, no rest. Our comrades are dead, Hector. Those you inquire about with such concern, only Diphoebus and the rugged warlord Helenus have made it back alive, wounded with sturdy spears, both in the hand too. But Zeus beat off their deaths. Now lead the way, wherever your fighting spirit bids you, all of us right behind you, hearts intent on battle. Nor do I think you'll find us short on courage, long as our strength will last. Past his strength no man can go, though he's set on mortal combat.
So weirdly, Paris actually spurs Hector on to keep fighting. And Hector's like,
Weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
That brought his warrior spirit round and they start fighting even harder.
This feels really out of character for Paris. Or is it just me?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does feel out of character.
Yeah, I think like if I were the author, like it's kind of clunky, but it's a good way to show like, hey, Paris isn't just an idiot. Like he's,
I see.
he is brave.
Alright.
Just
He
because,
is still a warrior to some extent.
yeah, he is.
I
He's
see.
still a soldier.
Uh,
But also to be fair, Hector's doing like real battle and Paris is just like directing from the back. So
it's like, you're brave, go do it. Okay. No, that's actually an interesting point though, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of like character breaks in this entire story, and like I automatically blamed it on just like, oh, old story, people forgot, so they just like made up most of it. But I guess that is like, that could be very purposeful.
yeah,
Cool. Nice. Thank you for literature.
you're welcome. We're gonna go on to Hera outflanks Zeus.
That was it. Oh, the book's dead.
This is like the sexy chapter.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
We
Remember
had
they used the word outflanks for that?
we had the stealth mission chapter a little while ago. Now we have like the sexy interlude. We're not gonna start right at the beginning because it's just Nestor being like Nestor.
Seriously, give it a speech again.
Being
But-
old.
It is important to know that Diomedes, Odysseus, and Agamemnon are all injured. So they're all kind of out of commission right now. Agamemnon is talking to Nestor.
Nestor, son of Neleus, great pride of Achaea, why turn your back on the lines where men are dying? Why come back here to shore? I'm filled with fear that breakneck Hector will bring his word to pass. The threat he hurled against me once in a Trojan muster, that he would never leave our ships and return to Troy till he'd torched our hulls and slaughtered all our men. That was the prince's threat. And now, look, by God, it all comes to pass. How shameful. And now the rest of our men-at-arms must harbor anger against me deep inside their hearts, just like Achilles. And they have no stomach left to fight to the end against the warship's sterns.
So he's like, everyone's mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Nestor, the noble old horseman, could only bear him out. Need a nesty boy.
Nasty boy.
True. A disaster right upon us. Not even thundering Zeus himself could turn the tide. The ramparts down there, the great wall we trusted, our impregnable shield for the ships and men themselves. The enemy storms down on the rolling hills non-stop, desperate, life or death. Hard as you can scan the lines, there is no more telling from which side we're harried. Carnage left and right. Oh, death carries hit the skies. Put heads together. What shall we do now? If strategy's any use. Struggles, clearly not. The last thing I'd urge to throw ourselves into battle. How on earth can a wounded man make war?
So the Lord of Men Agamemnon staged the action.
Since they are fighting against the sterns, old friend, and the wall we built is useless, the trench a waste where our Argive forces took such heavy losses, always hoping against hope it was indestructible, our impregnable shield for ships and men themselves. So it must please the Father's overweening heart to kill the Achaeans here, our memory blotted out a world away from Argos. I knew it then, even when Zeus defended us with all his might, and I know it now when he glorifies these Trojans. He lifts them high as the blessed deathless gods, but ties our hands and lames our fighting spirit. So come, follow my orders. All obey me now. All vessels beached on the front along the shore, haul them down and row them out to the bright sea, ride them over the anchor stones in the offshore swell, till the bracing God-sent night comes down, and then, if the Trojans will refrain from war at night, we haul down all the rest. No shame in running, fleeing disaster, even in pitch darkness. Better to flee from death than feel its grip.
Yeah. Odysseus comes in and just straight up calls Agamemnon a disaster.
Perfect.
That's hot.
Like, what's this? You are the disaster. Would to God you commanded another army, a ragtag crew of cowards instead of ruling us. The men whom Zeus decrees from youth to old age must wind down our brutal wars to the bitter end. So this is how you bid farewell to Troy, and so on. He just is like, no, this is stupid.
He just talks smack.
Yeah, you fill me with contempt. Commander of armies, your plan will kill us all. At that, the king of men, Agamemnon, backed down.
A painful charge, Odysseus, straight to the heart. I am hardly the man to order men against their will to haul the oar-swept vessels out to sea. So now, whoever can find a better plan, let him speak up, young soldier or old. I would be pleased to hear him.
This is all out of character for him.
This is so weird.
You're right.
Just like halfway through the story, everybody's characters changed.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure why.
Homer just forgot who was who. It's like, this really is playing out like a telenovela right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that right now Agamemnon's being sarcastic. He's like, oh, you're right, I shouldn't be a king. Anybody got any better ideas?
It's like, I would love to hear him. And then Diomedes is like, yo, word. Diomedes, he can't read the air. He doesn't get it.
Yeah.
All right, let me give my opinion.
He's like, I do have an idea.
I do have an idea. And they're like, oh, Diomedes.
His
Shut up.
genius idea is just like, what if we kept fighting?
Like, oh,
Hear me
man.
out.
Strategist genius.
And then Poseidon also like amps up Agamemnon. It's like, yeah, like this is a good idea. They all get back into line and they are fighting again.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. Sick.
They shriek with Ares' fury, and every Achaean's heart wants to fight. It's great. Now, moving on from their like 10,000th questioning of whether or not they should just quit and go home. Like you mentioned that at the beginning, Murat. You're like they always want to quit. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna quit again.
Honestly, they should have just quit.
It's a bunch of quitters, really.
Honestly, bro. If you're gonna be a quitter, be a man about it, you know?
It's true.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
By the way,
The bottom of 374. Now Hera, poised on her golden throne, looked down. Stationed high at her post aloft Olympus's peak, at once she saw the Sea Lord, blustering strong in the war where men win glory. Her own brother and husband's brother too, and her heart raced with joy. Quick reminder that Hera and Zeus are siblings.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Well, that's how they got down. Don't judge.
And you said this was the sexy chapter?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Well, you know, someone's gonna get outflanked.
Someone's gonna outplay one way or another.
Here's like a weird minute. So she sees Poseidon, and her heart races with joy. And then she sees Zeus, her husband, and her heart filled with loathing.
Oh. This is... Whoa.
Not sexy yet.
This is really not sexy yet. Oh,
What
man.
could she do? Queen Hera wondered, her eyes glowing wide. How could she outmaneuver Zeus, the mastermind? This Zeus with battle shield of storm and thunder. At last, one strategy struck her mind as best. She would dress in all her glory and go to Ida. Perhaps the old desire would overwhelm the king to lie by her naked body and make immortal love, and she might drift in oblivious, soft, warm sleep across his eyes and numb that seething brain. So basically, she's going to seduce Zeus, distract him, put him to sleep, and then the Achaeans will be able to win without his interference. So off she went to her room. The chamber her loving son Hephaestus built her, hanging the doors from the doorposts snug and tight, locked with a secret bolt no other god could draw. She slipped in, closing the polished doors behind her. The ambrosia first. Hera cleansed her enticing body of any blemish. And then she applied a deep olive rub, the breathtaking redolent oil she kept beside her. One stir of the scent in the bronze-floored halls of Zeus, and a perfumed cloud would drift from heaven down to earth. Kneading her skin with this to a soft glow, and combing her hair, she twisted her braids with an expert hand, and sleek, luxurious, shining down from her deathless head they fell, cascading. Then round her shoulders she swirled the wondrous robes that Athena made her, brushed out to a high gloss and worked into the weft with an elegant rose brocade. She pinned them across her breasts with a golden brooch, then sashed her waist with a waistband, floating 100 tassels, and into her earlobes, neatly pierced, she quickly looped her earrings, ripe mulberry clusters dangling in triple drops. Then, in the silver glints they cast, would catch the heart. Then back over her brow she draped her headdress, fine fresh veils for Hera, the queen of the gods. Their pale glimmering sheen like a rising sun, and under her smooth feet she fastened supple sandals. Now, dazzling in all her rich regalia, head to foot, out of her rooms she strode and beckoned Aphrodite. Another interesting moment, because Aphrodite is on the other side of the war right now. She's rooting for the Trojans, and Hera is rooting for the Argives. Weird. She brought her away from the other gods and whispered,
Dear child, would you do me a favor? Maybe not like that. Whatever I may ask. Or would you refuse me? Always fuming against me because I defend the Argives, you the Trojans?
Aphrodite, the daughter of Zeus, replied at once.
Hera, queen of the skies, daughter of mighty Kronos, tell me, what's on your mind? I'm eager to do it. Whatever I can do. Whatever can be done.
Quick with treachery, noble Hera answered. Now she's lying, by the way.
Give me love. Give me longing now. The powers you use to overwhelm all the gods and mortal men. I'm off to the ends of the fruitful, teeming earth to visit ocean, fountainhead of the gods, and Mother Tethys, who nourished me in their halls and reared me well. They received me from Rhea, when thundering Zeus drove Cronus under the earth and the barren salt sea. I go to visit them and dissolve their endless feud. How long they have held back from each other now. for making love, since anger struck their hearts. But if words of mine could lure them back to love, back to bed, to lock in each other's arms once more, they would call me their honored, loving friend forever.
Aphrodite, smiling her everlasting smile, replied,
Oh, man.
Impossible. Worse, it's wrong to deny your warm request, since you are the one who lies in the arms of mighty Zeus.
Jelly.
With that, she loosed from her breasts the breastband, piercing and alluring, with every kind of enchantment woven through it. I can't tell, I should have looked this up, if this is like a decorative thing, or if it's more like a bra, or if it's like something. I don't know. I don't really know what it is.
Something on the
Sounded
breast.
like bra to me.
Yeah.
Sounds bra
Breastband.
vibes.
Bra
I'm
vibes.
getting bra vibes, yeah.
Imagine a bra. She just takes off the bra.
Sick.
She says, there is the heat of love, the pulsing rush of longing, the lover's whisper, irresistible magic to make the sanest man go mad. Thrusting it into Hera's outstretched hands, she breathed her name in a throbbing, rising voice.
Here now. Wait, this is Aphrodite, right?
Yeah.
Here now. Take
It's kinda
this
confusing.
band, put it between your breasts, ravishing open work, and the world lies in its weaving. You
Oh,
won't
man.
return, I know, your mission unfulfilled, whatever your eager heart desires to do.
So Hera smiles, her eyes wide, and with a smile, she puts on Aphrodite's bra.
This is like it's like a very awkward scene, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Ravishing open work is the worst way to describe whatever she's trying to ask. I don't know what she's trying to say.
Open work.
Like Jesus, she's not setting the mood.
So then Hera goes down to Sleep, who is a person. The god named Sleep, who is the twin brother of
Oh.
Death.
Oh, he goes down to sleep?
Yeah, Hera goes to visit Sleep.
Uh,
There she fell in with Sleep, twin brother of Death, clung to his hand and urged him, called his name. That's Hera.
Sleep. Master of all gods and all mortal men, really? What? When was this established that sleep is the master? I thought it was sleep. It was sleep. Where did he come
Zeus
from?
has to sleep. All the gods sleep too, you know?
Oh, I see. He's like the personification of the concept of sleep.
Yes.
Wait, gods sleep?
Yes.
That seems like a waste, but alright.
Seems dangerous.
Seems kind of dumb. Either way.
These gods are kind of dumb.
Do they like take shifts? Like, so,
It should be like
At
vampires
night-
and not have to sleep.
yeah, or vampire. Either way, that's cool.
Because they're
So at
immortal.
night-
That makes sense.
You can pull whatever you want because gods are asleep. Either way. Sorry, so it's really deep. I have questions about sleep. Either way.
We all do.
Yeah, honestly. If
What
you
is
ever
sleep?
listened to me in the old days, do what I ask you now, and you shall have my everlasting thanks. Put Zeus to sleep for me. Seal his shining eyes as soon as I've gone to bed with him, locked in love, and I will give you gifts. A magnificent throne, never tarnished, always glittering solid gold. My own son Hephaestus. The burly, crippled smith will forge it finely, and under it slide a stool where you can, I see, prop your glistening feet.
Giving
Yes.
the best.
Stretching out. I thought she was giving Hephaestus. What'd she say?
My own
Gifts?
adult son, Hephaestus.
Take him.
Yeah, because I have. Hephaestus is like, bro.
I'll give you this throne. I'll give you my son. Whatever it takes. Sleep.
Whatever you want.
Just put Zeus to
Just put my
sleep.
husband to sleep.
Whatever you need. Hephaestus.
So
Probably one of the most significant gods. Either way, go on.
Sleep is like, but last time I put someone to sleep, I got in trouble. So
Oh, who couldn't sleep?
Hera says, all right, like, then I'll also give you one of the graces to be your wife. And Sleep is like, I want the grace called Pasithea. And Hera's like, okay. And then Sleep is like, then you got it. So now they've got a deal.
So it's like not that far from her being like, I'll give you my son.
Yeah.
I would just like give her a person and a throne. I think it
Throne
is
that
Zeus.
never tarnishes.
Never tarnishes. You can lay your feet on it at times while you're eating. It's a pretty great throne.
Like a reclining chair.
So, yeah, she gave her the
But
first
solid
chair.
gold.
I'm a lazy.
Dude, Hera invented the reclining chair.
Well, Hephaestus invented the recliner.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, Hephaestus makes it, yeah.
It was Hera's.
Hera just promised it.
Exactly. I was like, you can put your feet in places, whatever.
My son's been working on this for a while. You should have it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
Here's the patent for it. It's like, Mom, it's mine.
I was gonna sell that.
I was gonna sell it. I made it. Mom's like, shut up.
Hephaestus has a workshop of robot women that work for him.
What?
Why is that so relevant to the times?
He has robots.
What?
Oh yeah, wasn't there a whole story where there's a giant robot? Talos, the first robot.
Oh,
Yeah, this boy. It's the statue that's like in between the two island whatevers. Like, it's like a story of like his weak point was also close to his Achilles tendon for whatever reason. But it's like the first robot, and then he lives on an island that protects stuff. Yeah, it's kind of sick.
he does.
Hephaestus is the Elon Musk of his time.
Sleep is like, okay, he's waiting in the trees. So as soon as Hera gives him the go ahead, he's gonna put Zeus to sleep. So he's waiting in the trees, but not Hera. Quick on her feet, she scaled the Gargaran peak, the highest crest of Ida, and Zeus spotted her now. Zeus who gathers the breasting clouds, and at one glance, lust came swirling over him, making his heart race. Fast as the first time, all unknown to their parents, they rolled in bed, they locked and surged in love.
Oh no. Oh.
You promised us a sexy chapter. It's not good. It's
Really
not
uncomfortable.
sexy or
This
nice.
chapter.
Yuck.
Also,
They're
unknown to their parents,
siblings.
like,
Throwback to when they like all live in one house as a family with their parents, and they're
and
like,
the Cronus is his dad. And he was just minding his own business. It's unknown to their, that's just an unnecessary line, the unknown to their parents. I don't like that. I don't prefer that they know about it, but like,
Yeah, you're right. It is
don't
bad.
bring parents
It's just
into
like
this.
Ugh.
Anyway, sorry.
He rose before her now, he savored her name.
Hera, why are you rushing? What wild desire brings you here from Olympus? Where are the team and car you always ride?
Aren't you also Hera?
Oh shit. God damn it. I'm gonna court myself and play myself.
outflank yourself,
I'm
man.
gonna play
Oh,
myself. Classic.
Filled with guile, the noble Hera answered.
Shit. I'm off to the ends of the fruitful, teeming earth to visit Ocean, fountainhead of the gods, and mother of Thetis, who nourished me in their halls and reared me well. I go to visit them and dissolve their endless feud. How long have they held back from each other now, from making love, since anger struck their hearts? My team stands at the foot of Ida with all her springs. They wait to bear me over the gods and over the good dry and land and sea. But now it is you. You I have come to visit Zeus, speeding here from the heights of Mount Olympus. Afraid you'll flare in anger against me later if I should go in secret toward the halls of deep. Flowing ocean. Why hurry, Hera?
Zeus, who gathers the breasting clouds, replied.
Gathers the breasting clouds. I hate this. Why'd they bring this term back? I hate this expression. That is a journey you can make tomorrow. Now, come. Let's go to bed. Let's lose ourselves in love. Never has such a lust for goddess or mortal woman flooded my pounding heart and overwhelmed me so. Not even then, when I made love to Ixians, wife, who bore me Perithus, rival to all the gods in wisdom. Now, not when I love Aquisius's daughter, Danae, marvelous ankles. Marvelous ankles. And Perseus sprang to life and killed all men alive. Not when I stormed Europa, far famed Phoenix's daughter, who bore me Minos and Rhodomoda, grand as gods. Not even Semele, not even Alcmena, queen of Thebes, who bore me a son, that Lionheart, that Heracles, and Semele bore Dionysus, ecstasy, joy to mankind. Not when I loved Demeter, queen of the lustrous friends. Not when I bedded Leto, right? Oh my listen. Oh my god.
Imagine your wife's trying to hook up with you, and you're like,
oh, I remember when I was
and you're like, oh, you're better than
remember all
Sally
the
and Jackie and
It's like all these people I had sex with and had children with.
Yeah.
Remember all those people? You're so much better than those.
I remember.
Yeah, remember how pretty she was? You're even prettier. Not
remember my great kids I had with all of those beautiful women?
How you were not.
Oh, you're pretty good too.
I don't even think it's like, it's not even like you're better than them. It's like, I'm hornier now for you than I have been.
Yeah.
I'm hornier than I've ever been. Even when I was 40 then. Remember how horny I was around?
Hey, wife, sister, remember how horny I was back then? Well, I'm hornier now.
This is officially the worst chapter. Oh, man. Not even you. That was nothing to. Oh my god.
Yeah.
To how I hunger for you now. Your irresistible longing lays me down. It literally was that. It literally is how horny.
I'm hornier for you now than I've ever been before.
Dude, true gentleman. This man. Oh my god. Oh.
I don't even know.
Horny and hungry.
You go to horny jail, bro. Zeus. Yo, Zeus is canceled, bro.
Enemy of the podcast.
The podcast gone.
I'm confident in this choice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Head enemy.
Teaming.
To the cloud. Oh, I'm recording to a cloud. Where is the cloud?
No one understands the cloud.
No one understands the cloud.
What's a cloud?
Okay,
What's
hopefully I'll be able to like find that somewhere.
Yeah. Do you know if it like just stopped?
It just told me that it stopped like just then because like a big pop-up came up.
That's good.
So I stopped.
It's like, what if it stopped like 20 minutes ago?
Oh my god.
Okay, teeming with treachery, noble Hera led him on.
Teeming with treachery. Okay. Dread Majesty, son of Cronus, what are you saying? You are eager for bed now, burning to make love here at Ida's heights for all the world to see. Oh, they're siblings. What if one of the deathless gods observes us sleeping together? Yes, and runs off to the rest and points us out to all. I have no desire to rise from a bed like that and steal back home to your own high halls. Think of shocking scandal there would be. But if you're on fire, overflowing with passion, there's always your own bedroom. Hephaestus built it, your own dear son, and the doors fit snug and tight. There we can go to bed at once, since love is now your pleasure.
She's like, yeah, great, let's go to your bedroom. And he's like, no, we're gonna have sex right here.
Right. Also, like, damn, why do you bring up the fact that your like son built a room?
Yeah.
Right. What? Like, why don't we in the bed that your son built instead of out here?
Is it not both their son?
I think it is both their son. I'm not quite sure.
They are married though?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why would it be a scandal if they were...
She doesn't want them to see. Like, she doesn't want anyone to see them literally having sex.
Gotcha.
I guess that is kind of the...
I guess she has some, like, decency, but... So Zeus, who once again gathers the breasting clouds, assures her,
Hera, nothing to fear. No god or man will see us. I will wrap us round in a golden cloud so dense, not even the sun rays, the sharpest eyes in the world, will pierce the mist and glimpse us making love.
With that, the son of Cronus caught his wife in his arms, and under them now the holy earth burst with fresh green grass. Crocus and hyacinth, clover soaked with dew, so thick and soft it lifted their bodies off the hard packed ground. Folded deep in that bed they lay, and round them wrapped a marvelous cloud of gold, and glistening showers of dew rained down around them both.
Wow. That's
Uncomfortable.
Sexy, right?
some imagery.
It's hot.
Real sexy.
It's
Super.
moist. Dewy.
Sure, it's not a metaphor.
Humid.
No, it just happened to rain at that moment, okay?
Steamy.
It was just, oh.
And so deep in peace, the father slept on the Gargaron peak, conquered by sleep and strong assaults of love. Hera is locked in his arms. They're cuddling. So Sleep goes and gives the message to Poseidon, saying, now's your chance. Go, fight strong for the Argives, because Zeus is asleep. And then Sleep went away. And then Poseidon spurred on the Argives. They started fighting. There's a spear throwing. Ajax picks up a huge rock that is super big and sends Hector whirling off like a whirly top.
Okay, wait.
Oh, what?
First, no one helps Ajax with this rock. He just picks it up on his own.
Yep.
Okay.
Ajax,
Impressive.
Yeah, sorry.
Ajax is G.
And
So-
then it doesn't say whirly top. It
It
says
does.
whirling top. It says whipping top.
Oh, whipping top, sorry.
Whirling
Not
top.
like
whirly.
Whipping top.
I like Whirly.
But what is that?
I don't know.
Actually,
I think it's just a top. Like, you know.
like,
I didn't know that was a thing back in the day.
Ajax basically hurts Hector quite a bit. Hector wants to retreat. But then the
Oh.
Argives, they're seeing Hector in full retreat and they charge even harder. This time, little Ajax gets a little bit of glory and he's kind of fighting a lot of people, which is cool.
sick.
Someone's head rolls down the ground with a spear point still stuck in the eye socket.
Oh,
Fun. And then the Trojans are like, glancing left and right, how to escape this sudden plunging death. And it ends just letting you know that little Ajax killed a lot of people today. About it.
For him.
like today, little Ajax worked really hard.
You're really hard.
That was a good one. Good job.
That's the sexy chapter. It's about as
Wow.
sexy as this gets.
Well,
Surrounded by a cloud
That
of
was
men.
sick.
it's the combined ability to write about sex that Homer and Robert Bagels could muster. Both very sexy men in their own right.
Very sexy men in their own right.
Not.
I mean,
I
I'm
haven't said that.
Not.
I get the breasting clouds, sure.
Gotta put a breastband on that.
Yup, I mean,
How it
gets you
was?
going.
Oh my god.
She's just like, yeah, I'll help you seduce your husband. Take my bra.
But Aphrodite's their daughter, right? So it's more like, yeah, I'll help you seduce dad. Here, take my bra.
What?
But
Oh, this
also
only
my
gets worse,
uncle,
bro.
because he's both her father and uncle. Because she's
In some myth versions of the myth, she's also his aunt.
What? Why?
So Uranus, who is sometimes pronounced your anus.
Yeah.
for the sexy chapter.
For the second more anus in here.
Nice.
So Uranus, which is closer, I guess, to the truth,
Hold on.
was a Titan. And so the Titans lost in the war between the Titans and the gods. At some point, he and the Earth, Gaia, were having too many babies. And in the midst of this war, they castrated him. And they sent his bits into the sea. And in the sea, his testicles just kind of bounced around and whatever. And then in the foam, the sea foam came to shore, and then Aphrodite just like came out of the sea foam.
Yes. I've heard the story. Yes.
Right.
Yes. He
So-
was born of testes.
Yeah, so that painting where she's like emerging from a shell is her birth between Uranus, the sky god's testicles, and the ocean.
Hmm.
That is sick.
Which
Well,
makes him Zeus, which makes her Zeus's aunt.
okay.
That makes sense. But also like, oof. I guess like it kind of ties the whole character together of Aphrodite. But
In
still,
what way?
I mean, I guess she is born of the organ.
Mm.
I don't know. Ignore.
I can't
Ignore,
ignore.
ignore,
You
ignore,
must
ignore.
explain.
I don't want to explain anymore. I guess she is
She is
born of the organ. Division.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all born of the organ? Thank you, Christina.
Born of the organ.
That is my point. That is I'm trying to make. No, but
Guys, I'm not so sure about this one.
uh,
This episode's a bust.
These were-
Sexy episode canceled.
The recording stopped.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
we were misled to think it was gonna be sexy.
Yeah,
I mean, it
Christina.
was pretty sexy for one person.
For you reading all the both sides of the sexy.
You know what?
We're down 3 people for the group. Like
I mean, I
we
know,
might
it
as
was
well
fun.
give up the war.
We might as well go home.
That's actually a good fucking point.
No, we will never go home. We will
We'll never
the
go.
streets of Troy.
Oh, that's such a good point, Christina. We'll keep
Okay,
going.
you're right. You're right. We'll keep it up.
Yes. We made some good headway.
Yes.
So we're what? Chapter? Oh, we're in book 15. Jeez.
Yes, I'm so excited because book 16 is where stuff really kind of goes into the end game.
I like that games.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in like the last bit of like the middle section, so to speak.
Nice. I gotta say, man, this book is a wild ride.
It is.
I'm actually kind of amazed of like, you know, for all obviously the inconsistencies that we talk smack about, there's a serious consistency of like all these millions of unnecessary plot lines that are all over the place.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, bro, this book might be a nightmare to write.
we also
Wow.
got some more of the foot fetish in this chapter.
Marvelous
Yeah,
angels.
Marvelous ankles, dude. I mean, ankles is where it's at, you know?
I don't know.
Just saying. I'm not a shin kind of guy.
Seeing ankles and being like, wow,
Ooh.
sex right now.
It's like, oh, wow. It's like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Oh, stop.
Story about her, Danae with the marvelous ankles, is the mother of Perseus. Her father received a prophecy that his grandchild would kill him. He only had one child, Danae, so he locked her in the tower so she could never get pregnant, never have children. Sad stuff, classic fairy tale, right? Zeus sees Danae. He's like, I want
Let
that.
me have the child.
Now, he...
Add her to the list.
Yeah.
To the list, I would mention the Hera.
Yeah, right. Instead of going down as a person or a swan or whatever else he does normally, he sends down a shower of gold. Just gold. And then that goes into her room and impregnates her instantly.
That's such an extravagant way.
No.
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 I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You don't gotta do anything. No one's gotta do that.
That's a good point. No one ever
One's gotta
needed to do
send
that.
gold anywhere.
I mean, I'm just saying, man.
Especially not
Zeus.
gold filled with sperm.
I mean, it might not be perfect gold, but the man still brought you gold. I mean, you know.
That child born of gold went on to kill Medusa.
Oh wait, what was his name?
Perseus.
That's Perseus. Never mind. That's Perseus.
Perseus.
Legend.
Legend.
Man was
Yes,
born of Zeus
correct,
gold.
literally.
Legend. Damn, bro. And I gotta
And then he
say,
did go on to kill his grandfather with Medusa's head, turn him to stone.
oh,
Is
damn.
that how we get? That's where Percy Jackson comes from.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Wait, what?
Percy Jackson.
He's
Is
named
Perseus?
after Perseus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, one of my students really likes Percy Jackson books.
You should
That
tell her to watch
sounds-
the podcast.
This podcast?
Yeah.
He won't.
Supplemental material.
Like, this is how you learn
You won't
English,
watch,
right there.
don't watch the podcast, subscribe, join the Patreon. So at the end of this, we're gonna watch the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I remember the movie being fun, but then I read a review of it and everyone's trashing it. So maybe it wasn't that fun. I was just like a kid.
I
But it's
think
gonna
it's
be.
probably fun, but I don't think it's accurate to mythology.
It's not like the Patroclus,
They're
Achilles.
cousins in the movie.
Oh, they're cousins in the movie. Yes, I was gonna say, yeah, they're cousins.
Nah.
In the movie. No, they're not. Collins disagrees. No, that's not the plot.
Yeah.
No. Oh man, but yeah, it is weird. Does Patroclus at any point fight?
Look at the title of chapter 16.
Patroclus fights.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Chapter 16. And let me see. The Achaean armies at bay.
That's
chapter
15.
16.
I'm trying to get to it, okay?
Well, me
I'm
too.
not that.
Mm.
Patroclus fights and dies.
Oh,
It's even better. It's even better.
I just love that the titles just tell you.
yeah.
You didn't have to
Answer
read
my
them.
question.
If you just read the titles of all of the chapters, you know this story.
Yeah, honestly, actually.
They do a really good job at just telling you.
It's a good thing none of us have ever read ahead the chapter
I
title.
swear, I tried to read ahead today, but then I was like, oof.
Oof.
We've got it all
Yeah.
recorded. You can just watch the video from last week,
Right?
which I haven't made yet. So no, you can't. I'll make it soon.
Oh, no, it's chill. It's chill. Do your thing about
Get a like, get
Oh,
a subscribe,
Comment.
and
Subscribe.
get
join our
press the button.
Patreon.
Join our Patreon. But make us a Patreon, then please
No.
join it.
Yeah, just create a Patreon account for us.
Yeah, under our
Subscribe.
names. Yeah, and give, give
Um,
us your credit card number just in case like we need any kind of confirmation.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Social
But yeah, join-
security, bank routing number.
Yes,
Uh,
add me on
Date of birth.
Facebook, add me online,
Yes.
Any relevant passwords?
Follow me
Please.
on Instagram.